Hi everyone, this is Dr. Law with your legal tidbit for today. Hi everyone, this is Dr. Law with another legal tidbit you can use in your everyday life. Today I'm going to be talking about child custody disputes, and we're all pretty much familiar with child custody disputes because of what's going on in the news. Britney Spears, K-Fed, fighting it out all the time about the kids. Head shaving, him having 14 other children, her partying late at night with missing undergarments possibly, him going on dance moves and gaining pounds here and there. It's all in the news. Child custody disputes, we know from both seeing it on TV as well as if you've had personal experience, are brutal. If you've ever had kids, imagine it times 100. It's really tough to raise kids. It's even tougher to go through child custody disputes. So if you're able to solve things outside the court system, by all means do it. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in a long-term child custody dispute. Now, first off, when I talk child custody disputes, I'm talking really about two things. There's legal custody, and then there's physical custody. Let's talk about legal custody first. Legal custody has to do with making decisions in your children's life. When the court awards one spouse or both spouses legal custody, what they're saying is you spouse or both you can make a decision regarding the child's school, religion, medical treatment, etc. Compare that with the other type of custody, which is physical custody. Physical custody has to do with where the child spends most of their time. If the child is mostly with the mother, mother would be granted primary physical custody. Now, the other spouse still gets to see the kid. They're usually granted something called visitation, and oftentimes it's coined as reasonable visitation. You get the kid on the weekends while primary physical custody stays with the other spouse. Now, overall, custody is decided on the best interests of the children. Best interests mean a lot of things in different states. What I'm going to talk about here for the next minute is general principles about what best interest would be. So, for example, the court might look at the age of the child. Is this a child who's 2 years old or a child who's 14 years old? Each have different needs and different interests. The mental and physical health of the child. Is this a child with Down syndrome, or is this a child who has an IQ of 185? Is that good? I don't know. The mental and physical health of the parents. Are the parents bipolar, or are the parents also brain surgeons? The lifestyle and other social factors of the parents. Are the parents going out and partying every weekend? Are they doing drugs? Or are they leaders of the PTA? The emotional ties between the parent and child. Once again, if the child's very young, they may have an emotional attachment to the mother. If they're older, they may be used to living with their father. Both of those are taken into consideration. The ability of the parents to provide for the child's food, shelter, and clothing. Think about this. If you're saying you want to have the child come live with you, and you live in a one-bedroom shack, you think the court's going to be more akin to them having stay with you as opposed to staying with your other spouse who has a 3-bedroom apartment? No, of course they'll want to go with a 3-bedroom apartment because they have an extra room where the child can then have their own space and be comfortable. The child's established ties to school and their community. Is the child been in the same school for 7 years? Have they already established a large social network? If so, the court's probably not going to be too likely to then want to then pull them out and put them with the other spouse. And finally, the child's preference. Is this a child who is of age who can make a decision for themselves of who they want to spend time with? The child's ballpark figure under 12, the court's probably not going to be allowing the child to make their own decision. However, if the child is over 12, they'll probably hear what they have to say and at least take it into consideration on where the child will go. So, your takeaways for today. Child custody broken down into two elements, legal custody and physical custody, and the court considers the best interests of the children in deciding which parent will get them. So if you want to have custody of your children, take all these things into consideration. and try your best to put that best foot forward when presenting your information to the court. That's it for today. I am Dr. Law. If you have additional questions, go to legalmatch.com.